Wonderful women, we are here today to discuss the 3 things to avoid when committing to the recovery journey and wanting to support your fertility and getting the period back. For all of you that don't know me yet, my name is Claudia Vidor. I'm a nutrition and dietetic clinician, and I am the founder of the Period Comeback Protocol and the Recover from HA support group on Facebook. So if you haven't joined the private Facebook group yet, make sure to click on the link below and join the club. But without further ado, let's move on and discuss the 3 things that I really would like you to avoid in the recovery journey, because I want to keep this video short and simple so that you can get access to a lot of information in a very squishy amount of time, because as we all know, life is getting busier and busier, and it's so very easy to get distracted nowadays. So the number 1 thing that I really recommend you to avoid is treatment hopping. So the way that I work, whenever someone shows interest in joining the Period Comeback Protocol and wants to work with me, I invite them on a free call. What's going to happen during the free call? I will get to know the person. I will get to understand the roadblocks and what they have tried in the past. And 95% of time when I speak with people, they share with me that they have already tried so many things and they're losing hope in terms of being able to become mothers or to even get the period back or to have consistent periods in a short amount of time. So just to mention a few of the treatments that normally women try before really getting serious and finding support in the recovery journey is acupuncture, different type of acupuncture, Japanese reflexology, Chinese acupuncture, definitely herbs, naturopathy, medications, Kinesiology is a big one as well. Healing, rebalancing the chakras, and so on and so forth. And let me tell you, I get you because I tried all of them. I went through a couple of years of my life where I spent approximately $10,000 in these alternative therapies because I really wanted to become a mom. I really wanted to get my period back and nothing was working. The reality is that all these treatments, they do serve a purpose and they can make a huge difference when you're already in the recovery process, meaning that you have already tackled the 3 main things that are going to allow you to move forward in the recovery journey. So 1 is making sure that there is enough energy intake, and energy intake means, yes, getting energy from food, but also the right time and the right amount and the right type of food, and sometimes even supplements. But it's also making sure that you don't let too much energy go away, because let's say, for example, I'm not a big fan of speaking about calories, but I get lots of women that they join the group and they tell me, well, I've been eating 2,500 calories and still my period doesn't come back. But then after we talk and after I see their diet and exercise diary, I quickly find out that on most days they burn approximately between 2,000 and 3,000 calories. So you will see at that point that there is not enough energy availability. So when I say cover the foundations is 1, making sure that there is enough energy availability. The second thing is making sure that your nervous system is down-regulated. And 3, also making sure that there is nothing else going on at the same time, which is why I'm a big fan of testing, not guessing. And the DIY do it on your own system is not something that I normally appreciate or recommend, simply because there may be different reasons why your period hasn't come back yet, or why it's not regular, or why you're not having a baby even though you have a period. And that maybe HA is simply masking other conditions that are brewing underneath. So it's really important to test. So the second step, so the second thing that I really would recommend women to avoid is to not taking the stress and the nervous system in as part of the picture, as part of the main picture. So I've noticed that some women, they're really keen in making adjustments when it comes to the food and the exercise routine, but they keep living their life as they've always been. So moving from A to Z within the same day, getting that place of burn and crash, feeling burnout, feeling fatigued. And it's not a surprise that most women with hypothalamic amenorrhea, they also suffer from fatigue, low energy, low sex drive, low libido, because if there is nothing to give, then your body is going to protect you, and it's not going to allow you to have the extra energy to give to your partner, to your friends, to your career, even to your hobbies. So you may be at a point now where even training, which is something that you loved in the past, is becoming a chore, or having sex is becoming something else that you have to do. And that's possibly because your nervous system has been quite dysregulated for an extended period of time. Not to mention that a dysregulated nervous system can lead to many other ailments like skin conditions, rosacea, even eczema and psoriasis, and acne, of course, is also connected to poor sleep quality. So waking up in the middle of the night, waking up too early, or not being able to go to sleep at a decent time, is connected to how we perceive anxiety, to how stressed we are, to how depressed we can be, how much we're feeling blue in our day-to-day life, and so many other things such as even bone health, hair loss. And I'm just going to pause here because I don't want to scare anyone, but it's really important to address the stress response, because even though you're living your normal life, you're simply going to work, and in your mind you may be saying, but I'm not really that stressed, Claudia. Remember that your primitive brain doesn't really understand the difference between being attacked by a lion or being stuck in a commute when you feel your heart racing and your blood boiling. Even getting rejected on Instagram, or even getting attacked by trolls, or having an inbox full of emails can actually reproduce the same type of chemical reactions that our body will have if it was attacked by a lion, which is why it's so very important to address the stress response. And there are many coping mechanisms that you can use, and they're not always meditation, yoga, journaling, if you have already tried them and they didn't work. Having said that, I'm a big fan of meditation, yoga, and journaling, and I really recommend you to give it a go for more than a couple of days if you're really serious about getting your health back on track. And then the third step that I really would recommend you to avoid is to do it alone. As I said in the very beginning, I'm not a big fan of doing it on your own because there may be other things coming at play. And I tried to do it on my own in the very beginning. And then I went to different practitioners, which were not talking to each other. And everything was so confusing. I really didn't know how to translate my blood test results. I didn't know if I was making any progress or not, because I didn't have anyone that I could talk to on a week-to-week basis. Also, I felt really lonely because I didn't have a community at that time. When I suffered from HA, not many people were talking about it, and the medical system hadn't really caught up with the idea that there was something which was called HA. They didn't really know anything about female triad, or which is now known as Red S. So for many years, I was misdiagnosed with PCOS, with high blood pressure and high cholesterol, when in the reality, I just had hypothalamic amenorrhea. Another reason is because I'm not a big fan of doing it on your own. It's because the main recommendation is to eat more and train less, which works for 85% of women. For the other 50%, there could be also something else at play. And also, if it works for 85% of women, it's not easy. I've been in a position where I was asked to eat more and train less, but the reality is that I was experiencing all this digestive distress. I was getting food so quickly, I was experiencing heartburn, bloating, not to mention when I started to finally gain weight. And that was quite shocking on its own, and obviously sent me back into a relapse already a couple of times. And even when it came to training less, I didn't even know what it meant to train less, because back at that time I was working out 7 out of 7. So to me, training less meant working out 5 out of 7. So I really needed to have someone that guided me through, especially the first couple of months, until I felt that I had the answers and I could do it on my own. And when I finally reached out and found the right support, it was a game changer for me. And that's why whenever I approach my work and when I treat women, I have these three things into place: the nourishment factor, the exercise, obviously, the testing, the nervous system regulation, and the community and the regular check-ins, because I feel that you can't really completely recover from HA once and for all without checking in all these points. I'm gonna pause this video at this point in time, but there are also other things that I would like to talk about, but I'm gonna save it for the next video. And if you're watching this before the 10th of October, just please make sure to register for my free masterclass, the 5 steps to get your period back in 90 days. And if you're watching this video after the 10th of October 2023, just make sure to apply for the period comeback protocol. I'm taking 3 new clients when end of October comes around. So if you have been on the fence for a very long time and you have committed more than ever to get your period back, support your fertility, let go of disorder behaviors, and be in charge of your well-being, reach out. Reach out, and don't be on the fence any longer, because it's not really serving you and it's not helping your health by any stretch of the imagination. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next time. And by the way, do not forget to subscribe by clicking on the button below. Bye for now.